So firstly, I want to introduce Thorsten Hilber, the Director of Business Development EMEA from Ungerboeck, Germany, who's going to talk to us about why great shows are risky and how events can become safer with the right software.
Nothing yet. Oh, there it is. Wonderful. Hi, everybody. Just also one household item on my part. If you think, if you listen to what I have to say and then you find out after 1 minute or so, this is really not for me, then please, it's not unpolite to just get up and leave the room. It's absolutely okay. Nothing, no hard feelings. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about risk management and how that can be accomplished in an easier fashion with the right software. And first of all, let me just tell you just for a few seconds about Ungerboeck. Most of you might know Ungerboeck already, and for those who don't know it, we are a company that produces by now several softwares that all have one in common: they all work for the events industry. So a lot of venues are working with us, a lot of exhibition organizing companies are working with us, a lot of PCOs are working with us, associations and so on, all of them in the fields of events. And the parts that might be interesting for you the most are, of course, our exhibition suite, for example, an incorporated floor plan in our software, the ability to have your exhibitors apply for shows directly into the CRM. All of that is coupled with the financials, with the ERP system, and in the end, also mobile friendly. But, as I said, we want to talk about risks. And the issue is, we all love events. Events are something that we all plan, that we invest a lot of time for the planning, but then something goes wrong. Always something goes wrong. And these things can be something is delivered too late, something is not here in time, it starts raining, that can be an issue. But sometimes things can go wrong in a completely different way. For example, with a fire that took down, in this case, McCormick Place, or here you have Love Parade in Duisburg 2010, where a lot of people died, and then something like this here, the Boston bombing. These things don't have to happen, of course not. And you can't really prevent them. You can't plan for these things. But you can plan for eventualities, and you can have plans in play that help you mitigate these kind of things. And what we did at Ungerboeck very recently, we acquired a company called Risk Manager that deals exactly with that. That tries to assess how big is the risk according to which kind of event you're planning. And if you are like a lot of people that we have talked to, and this is the reason why we bought this company, then you might still be using Excel sheets to fabricate documents that let you assess the risk of potential dangers of the events. But some people have thought that through, and one person is the I actually forgot his name, sorry about that, but he was the consulting guy on the Sydney Olympics, and he also is a security advisor for a lot of sporting events in Australia and New Zealand. He got together with a lot of other people, and they together produced what they called Risk Manager, a software, which we bought, and this is what it looks like right now. What you can do with this software is, it lets you, by asking you questions and giving you optional answers, assess the risk of different aspects of your events and also the events itself. For example, transportation. What can go wrong with transportation? Might there be traffic jams if too many people arrive at the same time? And so on and so on. These sort of questions, which will be handled under risks here on the left, are the questions that you see in this software are set by the people using the software and also by advisory councils like, for example, the Australian Counter-Terrorism Unit. So at the moment, about 20 organizations are using the software, so it's only the input of 20 organizations that lead to the risk assessment. But this is where the beauty of acquiring companies comes in. At the moment, Ungerboeck has around about 2,000 clients all over the world. And now imagine if we include this product into our software, then instantly 2,000 people will have the chance to modulate these questions, to fabricate their own assessments. What is the risk when something happens like that? And all of that will by default then deliver to everybody else using the software or using this component in our software. Because of course, this will all be incorporated into our software very soon. What you can then also do is you can distribute tasks. This is done in Risk Profiler. Risk Profiler lets you assign people to certain duties that are responsible for mitigating possible risks and dangers. So, for example, of course, the people from facility management, facility maintenance, they will be in charge of fire security and so on. But who takes care of, for example, a traffic jam? Who's responsible for that? Is that an outside person? Is that an internal person? All of that can be communicated. This software has something that all of you that are dealing with GDPR might not find super cool, but you can actually send out WhatsApp, SMS, or text messages and emails by default to the people that are in charge. And that also comes into play when you look at what's called issues and incidents, because what we have here is also the possibility to let people run around the venue, see something, and not tell something, but write something in form of an issue report or an incident report that is then also, it's the wrong slide, geolocated, so that you can see where you have to maybe send people to help with a risky situation, with a potential thing going wrong at this time. So, of course, as I said, you can't plan for everything, but this software lets you at least be quicker in your response, lets you reduce the risk of, for example, also liability, because you can basically prove that you did everything that was in your ability to prevent a dangerous situation from happening. And yeah, this is basically the risk manager. And as I didn't want to rob you all of your time, and we were already late, now it's time for your questions. If you have any. If you don't, then that's also all right.
Question down the front. Let me come to you with a microphone. I wasn't ready for that.
There's the mic runner. Quick, Nick, the mic runner.
Is this included in your software now, or is it
It will
an upgrade?
So what is going to happen is, for everyone using our software, there will be a basic set of features from the software that you just saw, the slides that you just saw, that will be built into our software. And then there will be, as with everything, a premium pay-for version that you can add as well.
Any other questions over here?
There are actually questions. I'm amazed. Because it's the first session, probably. Everybody's fresh in their mind, and now there's still questions.
You asked for it, so we'll ask you. We have version 30 at the moment in OCEC. So is it becoming in the next update or in the upcoming version?
This is a tricky question. I believe it's supposed to be included within the next 4 to 5 months. I have no idea which update cycle that overlaps with.
Any other questions for Ungerboeck, for Thorsten? Over here, Stefan.
Hi, Thorsten. Thanks for presenting. Just one question. How do you educate people? Because I think you have to have all your suppliers being ready to use the system. So if you send out messages, but nobody knows how to, let's say, read, understand, and act, so how do you want to solve the big problem of informing the people who are involved?
Like with everything else, software can only cover you in the basics. What is up to you is the communication, the proper communication with your, for example, with contractors, with suppliers that you're working with. Maybe you're working with the police or with some kind of security agency that you have to coordinate with. And yes, of course, that needs a briefing. But to have something in place that that lets everybody know at the same time where something is potentially going wrong at this moment is at least a very nice step forward in the right direction. But yes, all of these people need to be briefed beforehand, otherwise it doesn't work.
Great. Any other questions? Thorsten, I know you wanted to sing us a little song. Is there?
He turned it off. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much, Thorsten, Hilber from Ungerboeck.